Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Rabbi Isai, we're holding on Daf Yudches Amud Beis. Reb Shimon Lakish, Achsher Bechuda de Koiva. Let's see what we have here. Oops. You see that? Let me do it again. The purple line is the Chuda de Koiva. Chuda de Koiva would mean all the way over here. So Shechita typically is done today, is done over here. Over here. This is Tabas HaGdoila. This is the final ring. This is the Shipuya Koiva. This is the Adam's apple right over here. This Spitz. This is the Shipua. It goes downwards. This is the Choid, meaning this is the end of the Koiva. Says Rish Lakish, you could do Shechita all the way over here, as you see in the chart. Let's do the chart. Let me see. It's not such a clear picture on the screen. Okay. Bechuda de Koiva. Kori alei Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says to Rish Lakish, Gisa. Gisa is a lotion of gas. Too much. You magzim. What are you talking about? So Rabbi Yochanan is going to say, let's see. I don't know why this is not working. It's not working. Oh. Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan says you got to move the purple line to the yeah, what's the Ape called?
Pinnacle.
Yeah, no, but what's it called in our sugi over here? No, Chud is the end. No. Let's see. Maybe we have it over here. Oh yeah, Koiva. He calls it a Koiva. Okay, fine. I'll call upon him. You could see over here the shitas. You have Rish Lakish that says you go all the way to the end of the Koiva. Says Rabbi Yochanan, you exaggerated. The Ritva says a beautiful thing here. Rabbi Yochanan and Rish Lakish were brother-in-laws. So he made a play on words. He says, Gisa. You exaggerated my brother-in-law. Like, it's a new way to call your brother-in-law. Gisgas. You're Gisgas. Your brother-in-law who's gas. Omer Papi Mishmederava. Poga bechite treifa. Okay, this is going to be difficult. I'm going to try. Okay, maybe do me a favor, take my Gemara away for a second. Okay, good. Thank you. This right over here, you can see there's a flap that covers this thing. It's a flap. So I'm going to open it up. I'm looking for the chite. Oh, here it is. Here's the chite. You see these guys? Hold on. Wow. Basically, the chite are I have them. Here they are. These two guys. Perfect. They look like wheat. These are here, I'll show you guys. This. Right over here. This guy is a wheat and a wheat. That's what we call the, no, what you sing with?
Tonsils.
No. Vocal cords. Here, now you got a beautiful shot of it. Beautiful. Look at that. These guys, mamish. Okay, fine. Gemara, please. I need a Gemara to learn. Wow. Thank you so much. Now, Rabbi side, the chite is at the end of the koiva. Let's see if we see it over here. Yeah, well, they're somewhat over here. It's in this area by me. It will be in this area. Let's see what we got. Here. You could see over here in this picture. You see the chitim? These guys, the funny looking shaped things. It depends from what area. If you look at it from the front, like I showed you, it looks one way. If you look from the back, it looks another way. Okay. So he says like this. If you bump into the vocal cords, you already went too far. Ibaylahu, we have to understand what he means. In Hebrew, I'll give you a mashal. In Hebrew, it's called pagash. Pagashti oto. What does pagash mean? I met him, but does it mean I actually touched him? Not really. I bumped into him. You say in English also, I bumped into him. So I bumped into him. Does it mean he physically touched him? He bumped into him? Or he bumped into him, like he ran in front of him? So that's the Gemara's question over here. Paga unoga bohem. Did he actually touch him? He bumped into him, literally? Or maybe it means that you don't have to go all the way over. You don't have to go into. You didn't touch it. It's still treif because you got to it. You're in the wrong area. Over there, obviously, the knife hit him and he died, so it actually touched him. Or it went up to it but didn't touch him. That the malachim came. It doesn't mean they touched him. They met him. So Rav Papa says that if you cut the chitim, you cut the vocal cords, but you leave a little bit of them, then it's kosher. Meaning, you didn't go past the vocal cords, you're in the vocal cord area, it's kosher. This is who? Rav Papi. So let's go back over here. Rav Papa? Oh, no, because Rav Papi we had before, Poga B'chitei Treifa. So that's Rav Papi. Let me see what it looks like, Rav Papi. So over here you could see that he's machmer. His purple line is more to the to the right. He wants you to avoid the chitim completely, Rav Papi. And Marbar Ravashi says you can go a little bit onto the chitim. Itmar Omer Rav Papa Shmei the Rav Shir B'chitik Shira. Omer Ameimar Bar Mar Yenuko Havakim Nekaved Rav Chia Bereder Rav Avia. I was in front of Rav Chia. V'Omer Shir B'chitik Shira. If you cut the vocal cords, the chitei, and at least you have some left over towards the head. There's two. You have the kan and the vesha going to the body, and you have the side going to the head. So if you have a little bit going to the head, you didn't. The opposite. The left is to the head. The left is to the head. Puzzle. Everything that says puzzle is towards the head, towards the eyes of the animal. Kosher, the closer to the lungs and whatever, that's kosher. As long as you leave a little bit of the vocal cords, the chitei, on either side, so you cut them in half, so to speak, then you're okay. Omer le Ravina le Ravashi, Omer le Rav Shemen Mesuvra, Ikla Marzutra l'Asrin, Marzutra came to our place Vidora, Shir b'chitei k'sheira. Okay, so another shita that says that even if you shecht in the chitei, it's okay. Mar bar Ravashi Omar, Poga b'chitei k'sheira. Over here, it must mean, Poga means you didn't touch it. You went up to the chitei, it's kosher. Shir, because here it says mufurish, shir b'chitei treifa. If you cut it even one little bit, it's completely treif. So over here we have a shita that cutting the chitei, it's treif. Says Gemara Daf Yud and Al Vichasam Mishipui Koiva Lamato Kshera. Mishipui Koiva is kosher. In other words, ulamata. So let me see what we have here. You have, when you see that apex, that guy that where it says koiva, ulamata, meaning towards the kana, towards the body, towards the right, from, let's see if I could zoom in on it, from this blue arrow that says koiva, going this direction is okay. That's ulamata. Towards the body, towards the trachea, the things with the rings. Everything from the blue to the thing in the rings is good. And that means that you could see from the blue arrow where it says koiva, if you shecht it over there, you cut into the chitei, on an angle. And that's okay because you left some chitei on the left side of it, and you're okay. Rav Nachman Achshem is shipui koiva ulamato. So the shipui is actually even further to the left. Shipui, as we see over here. Zok the Gemara, V'hainu d'shir b'chite. Rav Nachman Achshem b'shipui koiva l'mata. Let's just show this. Why not? Ugh. Even this part, even cutting into here is okay. Mishipui koiva. This is the shipui. Even cutting over here is okay. We have a big problem because they hold that the shechita must be done in Tabas HaGdoila. Thank you. Right over here. This is Tabas HaGdoila. Which is, I spoke to Rav Weisfish. He said today, obviously we shecht right over here. We don't shecht in between. We just shecht. He's like, it's impossible to know. He says, it's very hard to understand Rashi. All the Rishonim arguing Rashi, he says, I'll tell you, b'mitzias, the thickness of the skin of the bull, it's impossible to feel rings. How can you be mechaven? He says, in a chicken, melee here. But in an animal, how do you get to the thing? Tabas HaGdoila, I don't see it here. We don't have it. But, maybe this, this red over here. It's right after all these rings comes the Tabas HaGdoila. Loiker Rabbanan v'loiker Rabbi Yosi b'Rabbi Yehuda. Amar lei, ano, lo chiluk yedana, v'lo bilik yedana. So they say it's like lashon of ploini almoini. Chilik, bilik. It's like a shmaka book. Chilik and bilik. Like Beryl and Shmerel. I don't know who chilik is. I don't know who bilik is. I know shmaita yedana. I just know Brisa. I love this. I couldn't prepare so well yesterday. There's a lot of freebies. There's a lot of names today. So again, lamata is towards the body. So this is like Reb Chanina ben Atignois. From shipui koiva, lamata is all kosher. From on this, let's just show it on the screen for a second. Shipui koiva, anything from the shipui, from that downward slide, and towards the body, towards all the rings, is all kosher. V'omar Rabbi Shua ben Levi, mugremes derabanan. So this is mugremes derabanan, also on the screen. You see on the screen, there's a green line where he shechted in the Tabas HaGdoila, perfect, and all of a sudden he made a left turn, and he does the red somewhere else past the Tabas HaGdoila. That, according to Rabbanon, is treif. Mugremes derabanan ksheira l'Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda. Why? Because Rabbi Yosi says as long as you do the roiv in the right place, which he did over here, you can see what Yoshi did here. There's a lot of lines, but you can see there's the halfway point and there's the third point. The blue lines in this thing are all thirds. So he did 2/3. Yeah? See these lines? The green goes through the top 2 lines, thirds, and then afterwards it goes the last third, it's red. Sorry. Mugremes the Rabbanon Ksheira, Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda, or the Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda Ksheira, Rabbi Chanina ben Atignas. It goes in 3 steps. If you do everything past the Tabas HaGdoila, let me just go back over here. Here, you know what? We did a thing. Perfect. This is perfect. I see you forgot to take that arrow out. According to Chachamim, the Tanakama, if you do a little bit, you do 2/3 in the good area and 1/3 in the bad area, puzzle, completely puzzle. According to Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda, if you did 2/3 in the good area and 1/3 in the bad area, is kosher. According to Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois, this would be puzzle according to everybody on top, even according to Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda. Why? Because he did shechita past the Tabas HaGdoila. You see the green line going straight down? Where is it? It's not in Tabas HaGdoila. That's already in the Koiva. That's already in a different area. Completely puzzle according to Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda. So basically, the Gemara says there's 3 steps here. You have the Tanakama that says you have to have the total shechita in the Tabas HaGdoila. You have Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda that says as long as you do 2/3 in the Tabas HaGdoila, 1/3 in the wrong area is okay. And then you have Rabbi Chanina ben Atignas that says everything in the wrong area is okay. It's not the wrong area for me. I say the Koiva is also part of the shechita. It's all good. Says the Gemara, Magremes Rabbanon Ksheira Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda. The Rabbi Yosi Rabbi Yehuda Ksheira Rabbi Chanina ben Atignos. Pshita. Rabbi Yossi is more mekel than the Tanakama. Rabbi Chanina is more mekel than Rabbi Yossi. So what's the big chiddush that you're telling me here? The same Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois ad Rabbanan Koi. Maybe Rabbi Chanina ben Atignois was only referring to the Tanakama when he said it's kosher. In other words, I hold that if you didn't do the whole thing in the Tabas HaGdoila, it's kosher. Not that you could go all the way to the left into the Koiva. Why? Because it makes a lot more sense. He comes right after Chachamim. He's actually referring to Chachamim, l'chayra.
So then he'd say the same halacha.
Exactly, yeah. Okay, but that we had already 5 times before today. There's a lot of shittas that are saying the same things. I hear. And it bothered me a little also. Because he is actually going in the Rabbanan. Kamashmalan. Maybe he is going on the Rabbanan. So the lesson should have been different. Hey, the aleha on what we just said. Says the Gemara, that above the Tabas HaGdoila, in other words, to the left of the Tabas HaGdoila, is all good. The Koi Rav Nachman will say, because in fact Rav Nachman holds like Rav Chanina ben Atignois, so we're going to go like Rav Nachman, like Rav Chanina ben Atignois. Okay, so now we have a long sugya here that basically says a very simple thing. It kind of repeats itself a lot. If you did, let's just do this here, right over here. The machlokes is in this area, that he did 2/3 in Tabas HaGdoila, but 1/3 was in the wrong area. Are we good? The Rabbanan Sabri Kula Shchita Binum Tabas HaGdoila. Chachamim say no, you need 100% in the Tabas HaGdoila. We have the roiv of the whole Torah over here, and 2/3 is enough. Aval higrim shish shlish v'shochat shnei shlish. Take a look at this. You could see that he's going the opposite direction. He started from the bottom, the red area. He started out with the red. He started out in the wrong place, but then he finished up with 2/3 in the right place. What's the nafkamina? So, as we're going to see, there's an importance, according to some Manda Omrim. Where does the animal's neshama leave? Maybe the ikar is that he dies. The ruach, I forgot what they call it, the yitzis haruach, the neshama leaves in the right area. He did 1/3 in the bad area. He's not going to die from that. Then he goes and he makes a right turn and he starts shechting in the right area. At a certain point, he dies. Nusa, he died in a good area. What's the problem? Or no, you gotta the whole thing has to be in the right area. Okay. I think there should be like more arrows on this thing, because I see you guys a little confused. You see the arrow on top of the green? That's the direction of the shechita. But there should be more arrows, maybe on the bottom of the red also, showing. He started from the bottom, in the wrong area. Red. Then he continued the shechita going green. Aval, higrim shlish, v'shochat shlish, dirya kol psula. There's no shayla that's possible. Why? The chinafke chiyusa, when the life of this animal came out, bein in ruba b'shchita v'leka. He didn't have a roiv shchita. Why? He did 1/3 shchita and then it died. 1/3, the first third was in a bad place. The second third, when he died, was in a good place. But he only had 1/3 in a good place. Let's say the opposite. Machloikis b'shigrim shlish, v'shochat shnei shlish. Maybe the machloikis is when he started bad and went good. So there's a Moridika halacha that tells us that if there's a little tiny hole in the veshet, the animal is treif. But if the kana is halfway cut, like this animal is not treif at all. Not treif. Now you go into that slit.
Could live like that?
I guess. You know, because it's like a spring. It goes back. We're gonna, if the animal, it's not sharp.
It is. Wow, I think it's oh my God.
This would be kosher, Rabbi Yisai. Why? Because it's halfway done. Okay, but it's a little bit more than half. So I guess to start it off is the problem. Once it goes, the mamish slices through. So if the animal so now listen to this. Moiridik. What's moiridik? Because now all you need to do is come in there with a knife and cut a little bit more. So let's just say here. Let's do it again for the thing. Let's say you found an animal like this, and you go in, and you go, boom, a little bit more. You're yoytze shchita. Why? Because your shchita killed it. Beforehand, he was in a treif, and now you just went like this, and you killed the animal. So your amount made it. Yeah. So said the Gemara. I have no idea where you are. What's the connection? Over there, you went and you cut more of that kana, like I just showed you. That's in the place of shchita, so it's great. But over here, you're using, it's like cutting his brain a little bit, and then cutting a little of his kana and say, oh, look, he died together with me puncturing his brain. It's no connection. One is a hagrama in a place that's not good for shchita, and then I continue it into a place of shchita. How could I connect the two? But what if the opposite? You did a great shchita 2/3, and then you went and you went off. You veered to the left, and you went into the area that you shouldn't. Why is the kol kshera? It makes a lot of sense because you did 2/3 of a good shchita. That's what Ari was saying before. What's the problem? If you shechted most of the siman and then you went away, it's as if you shechted the entire thing. Maybe it's only going according to Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda, who in the Mishnah says I could go with a roiv. Maybe Chacham argue, and it's only Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda that says okay. I understand. So every time in the Torah, every time in the Gemara, in Shas, that we talk about roiv, it only goes according to Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda. I know Ruba the Shchita Kamina. No, in Hilchas Shchita, the Shamanu the Pligi, because we see there Rabbanan arguing Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda in the Mishnah. So maybe any time that it mentions a roiv and that it's okay, it's going according to Shchitas Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda, but Chacham argue. So now we have a real freebie. It's just going to reverse the names. Omar Le, let's see how long this freebie is. Omar Le, Omar Avon, Omar Basim, Achlekes Shehigim Shlish, V'Shachat Shnei Shlish, the Rabbi Yosef Bar Yehuda Savar Midi Dahava Chatzi Kone Pogom, V'Rabbanan Hasa Mokim Shchita, Hachala Mokim Shchita. Rabbanan say, don't bring me right from there. What I just did live, that's the whole thing was in the kana. But before you want to go outside of the Mokim Shchita and come back in, that's different. But if you did a good shchita and then you went out, it's according to everybody's kosher. Because we learned that if you walk away in middle after you did a roiv, it's okay. So it's Rav Chizda over here. Now it just switches around Rav Chizda. Maybe only one shita. How do you know it's Kula Alma? Maybe it's only Rav Yosef that holds roiv. Maybe it's only him. Every single roiv in the world is Rav Yosef. I know Ruba the Shchita coming. I'm only talking to Shchita. The Shemanu the Pligi, because we see in the Mishnah that they argue. Okay, new sugya. So that was nice. That was like 7 lines. Higrim shlish v'shachat shlish. V'higrim shlish. Oh, this slide. Oh, so over here he did it well, like you.
Because there's one extra arrow at the bottom.
No, he started from the top in the wrong spot, comes back, makes a right turn, goes into the Bas HaGdoila, and then he goes out again. Rav Huna Amar Rav Kshera. He says in the name of Rav, and this is important to remember. He says in the name of Rav, it's kosher. Rav Huna Amar Rav Treifa. And Rav Yehuda in the name of Rav says Treifa. Rav Kshera Kenaf Kechiyusa B'Shchita Kenafka. Where did the guy die? In the good spot. He did 1/3 no good, 1/3 good. So in the third that's good, on the right, that's when the animal died, and that's good. Rav Yehuda Amar Rav Treifa B'Inin Ruba B'Shchita V'Leka. That's not good. Why? Because I need. It's not enough that he dies there. I need the roiv of the shchita in a good place. It's not important where he dies. It's important that you have a roiv in the right place. Shachat shlish v'higrim shlish v'shachat shlish. So now the reverse. Take a look. Like this. He started off in the right spot in the Tabas HaGdoila. Goes off to the wrong spot. Then comes back in the right spot. Zog the Gemara Marav. That's right. Shachat shlish v'higrim shlish v'shachat shlish v'yudo Amar Rav Kshera. Also shaylu Rav Huna. Omalu treifa. They asked Rav Huna and he says it's treifa. Why? Because the neshama went out in the wrong spot. You look over here in this. Can we see it? Oh, I didn't make sure that before it was showing it on the screen. Okay, over here he started good, went no good, ended up good. Where did the animal die, Rabbi Isai, in this case? In the no good. In the middle. In the no good.
Why does anyone say it's good?
What?
Why does anyone say it's good? No, but when he got to the,
It doesn't go by the. It doesn't go by the.
It wasn't right.
It doesn't matter. We don't care about the Shnama. What are you? You look at the Malcham Avis. You did a shchita. You did a shchita that's roiv kosher. I don't care where he dies. Shomer Rav Yehuda ikbed. Rav Yehuda heard this and he's very upset. Omar, tarif no machsher. By this case, here. Let's just. How come it doesn't move? Wow. Okay. I don't know what's going on here. Here, let me go over here. Maybe this one is better. This mom's not working. Oh. Okay. He says, in this case, where you start off bad, you went to a good shchita and you went back. Tarifna, I say it's treif. And over there you say it's kosher. And now, in this one, the reverse one, where I say it's kosher, you're saying it's treif. What's going on here? Umachshar netarif. And you say it's kosher when I say it's treif. Or Ravuna Shapir komikbad. So it says he's right for being upset at me. He heard it from Rav, he's saying it from Rav. I made it up myself. I used my own logic. By shochat, higrim v'shochat, this case that you see on the screen, Roiv was in a good spot. You see, there's a lot of green, very little red, so it should be good. I don't want you to regret it. By the higrim, shochat v'higrim. Oh man, no, all 1 second. What? By this case, when you went in the wrong, if you're going to say that he has to take everything back, so he's going to have to take this back also. Over here, where did the animal die when he was in the right spot? Into the Bas HaGdoila. So too, in other words, he's saying, I agree with your logic. Not this one, but this one, where the animal died, and that's what Ari is saying. He's dying in the wrong spot, and it should be bad. Iklar Rav Nachman the Surah, Rav Nachman came to Surah. Says the Gemara, Iklar Rav Nachman the Surah, Boy Minei Shochet Shlish V'Higrim Shlish V'Shochet Shlish Ma'u. So they asked him, what happens if he did this? No? Let me just make sure. Shochet Shlish, yeah. Good shchita, bad, good, ma'u. Isn't that exactly Rabbi Elazar bar Nimyumi? The shchita asui kemasrik sheira. If you do a shchita that looks like a W, it looks like a comb, kosher. Shchita asui kemasrik sheira. So if it looks like we should no, you usually should have done it, but I was sick. I forgot to tell him. If it looks like a zigzag, like this, like a W, a few W's, then it's a kosher shchita. Says Gemara, where do you see from here that he's talking about that he went in and out of the Mokim Shchita? How do you know that he went from the Tabas HaGdoila into a place that's no good and came back? Maybe he's saying, a Chiddush, that if you do a W in the good spot of the Shchita, that itself is kosher. I would think that's not kosher, to go like this, to shech like this. Even, imagine a regular sheikh today, in the long kana, goes like this. Why is that okay? And what's the problem with that? The Gemara says more than that. It should be not okay because you can't really see inside. The dim of makim shchita. What's the chiddush that you could do a W in a makim shchita? It is. You need a clean cut, so you can look inside. The shech you pop it open and look inside. If it looks like a W, it looks like an accordion. You can't really look inside. Everything is covering each other. You don't have can't open it up and look inside and see there's a good shchita. Kamash Malon. So we have the same thing that we had a couple of days ago. Rav Yehuda is giving shir. Rav Kahana is sitting in front of him. And behind Rav Kahana we have Rav Baba. The Yosef Kahana, Rav Kahana asks Rav Yehuda, Mamish this case, let's see, going back to this case. Here, this case. Rabbi said this case. You putting it on the screen? No. Oh. Omalei, Maishno, no, Slicha. Olishchalazik Sheiro, Higrim Shlish, V'Shochat Shlish, V'Higrim Shlish Mao. What if he did the next one? I can't believe nothing's working here. This one. This one, Higrim. Bad, good, bad. What's the halacha? Psula. Also, Rabbi Amar came in the Rebbe Lazar. He said, "Oh, I have no idea where we are." In whose Gemara? What if there was already a cut in the kana and he shechted in there? It's okay. So listen to this maridik. This is where you have to use your head. What is the difference? What would be the nafkamina if there is a hole, an existing hole in the trachea, and you continue the hole with a knife? Or if you shechted normally in a place that there's no hole, and then you came to where there's a hole. In other words, you only shechted 50%. What's the difference? What's the difference? I don't see enough kamina. There's a halacha that if a guy starts the shechita and a Jew finishes it off, it's kosher. Because all we care about is what you're able to do. You do your end. The guy did his things. It's kosher. So if there's already a nekev and you just continue, there's a 10% nekev and you do 50%. So it's like the 10% the guy did, and that's kosher. Shachad u'pagaboy nekev, but if he shechted 50% and he bumped into a nekev, nasik misha shachad Yisrael v'gam a guy. That's as if you did 50% and the final 10% the guy did. The guy did the makeh b'patish. Over here, nature did the makeh b'patish, no good. Karele, goy. I don't like what you're saying. It's mamish nervayim, goy gomer. Omerov shapir karele, goy. It's wrong. Bishlam hasam medaveli Yisrael mishchat ruba v'loy shachat kinafke chiyusa b'yoda the goy kinafka. When he only shechted 50%, and the guy did another 10%. So who did the yitzis neshama? The guy. Elache michti mishchat shachet. Over here, when he bumped into the 10% that existed, he's doing the shechita. Mali mokim nekev, mali pagaboy nekev. What's the difference if he started off with 10% already existing, or he bumped into 10%? He didn't. He's the one that did the makeh b'patish. He's the one that finished off the shechita. Rabbi Isai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDY.com.